is Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo Calderon. I was born on July 6, 1987 in Coyoacán. I'm the third daughter of the photographer Guillermo Carlo. My life has been marked from early ages by physical suffering and the diseases that I have served. I contracted polio, starting a series of successive diseases, various injuries, accidents, and operations. In 1925, I'm suffering a serious accident when the bus in which I was traveling was run over by a tram, being crushed against the wall and completely destroyed. This is when my passion for fainting started. In 1929, I married with Diego Rivera. I died in Coyoacán on July 13 of 1954.
Frida Kahlo made creation her philosophy, in which she used art as a catharsis mechanism for a life full of fluctuating events. Frida was a voice and image in art and society, dedicated to the representation of women in modernity and aiming to elevate Mexican identity. During her travels through Mexico, the Mexican artist rediscovered her own identity, which led her to find a new definition for her art. Rooted in their origins, she drew inspiration from Mexican folklore and the elements of nature that are visible in her art today. During this period, Frida adopted the clothing that identified her until her last years, the Tijuana costume, visible in many of her works and which made her the symbol of the exotism of the time.
Frida Kahlo was a Mexican painter of the first half of the 20th century who has become a cultural symbol. Several elements would mark her work. On the one hand, the investigation of the Mexican popular and indigenous art. On the other hand, the exploration of her own pain, both physical and emotional, derived from her serious health problem and her stormy life with Diego Rivera. Among her most outstanding works are the following: Autorretrato, 1926, Frida y Diego Rivera, 1931, Las dos Fridas, 1931, Diego en mi pensamiento, 1943, La columna rota, 1944, and this is all. Thank you.
We believe that Frida Kahlo's message to the world was that women should not be valued because of their beauty, but rather they should be valued because of their intelligence, their feelings, their thoughts, and the way that they can contribute to this world. Also, we believe that through her paintings, she wanted to let people know that she is also a human being, even though she's a woman, because a lot of men didn't think that way. So she wanted to let people know that women should be capable of doing whatever they want, just as men do, as long as they don't hurt anybody. Because at the end of the day, we are all humans, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white, if you're a girl or a boy, you're a superstar.
About Diego, his first works was the mural at the National School where Frida Kahlo was studying. 3 years later, Frida Kahlo meets Diego Rivera and decides to bring her work to him, and Diego was impressed with her talent. In 1929, they married for the first time. Diego was 43 years old and Frida 22. 3 years later, the couple decides to get pregnant, but after they abort. In 1935, Frida discovered that Diego was unfaithful with her sister. Frida had already tolerated several infidelities from Diego. Frida and Diego's marriage took a radical turn, and they lived an open relationship. Frida had relationships not only with men,
but also with women. In 1939, that the marriage ended. A year later, Diego Rivera called her to go live with him when he had a relationship with two women. She accepted and Frida met him again, and that the same year they married for the second time. And Diego decides to begin the construction of a tomb with the intention that his.
Hello everyone, I'm gonna to share with you some Frida Kahlo quotes. Enamórate de ti, de la vida y luego de quien tú quieras. In this phrase, Frida Kahlo talks about love, focusing of self-love and the need to love and value life. It isn't worth it to put all our love in another person if we aren't able to love ourselves. Quise ahogar mis penas en licor, pero las condenadas aprendieron a nadar. The Mexican artist, through this ironic phrase, expressed that the consumption of alcohol doesn't fix our problems, but only postpones them. Me pinto a mí misma, porque soy a quien mejor me conozco. We cannot lie about a person. It's possible that we know the details that even they aren't aware of. But in really, we know ourselves best. What we think, feel and believe. Yo le dudo lo que usted me cuide. Yo le hablo como usted me trate. Y yo le creo lo que usted me demuestre. Through these words, the artist express how beautiful words are, but above all how important it's what we demonstrate with our actions. El arte más poderoso de la vida es hacer del dolor un talismán que cura, una mariposa que renace florida en una fiesta de colores. In this phrase, she gave us to understand the importance of overcoming our pain and taking advantage of it to grow and learn from the instead of letting ourselves be defeated and fall.
Frida, through her lyrics in texts and phrases that she wrote randomly in diaries, letters, or simple papers, she taught us several life lessons. Thank you for allowing us to know through you a myriad of feelings, personality, and situations in a single person, with whom a multitude of persons and especially women feelings identify.
Fun facts about Frida Kahlo. Frida painted some 155 paintings, 55 of which were self-portraits. She said, "I painted self-portraits because I am alone a lot and painted myself because I know myself best." Second, the last word read in his diary are, "I hope her happy exists and I hope never to return."